If you're looking for a power bank that can do it all, then I really recommend you check out the Anker 1647. This is a 20,000 milliamp hour power bank that has several really great features. First feature being the built-in USB-C cord. This measures just about 0.6 feet long, so it's a really nice length because you can actually just pull out like this, or you can also store it and use it as a little handle for it as well. And then you also get a USB-A and a USB-C port on the top of it as well. What's really great about this power bank is you can charge up to 3 devices at once with it, and you can charge the power bank either using the USB-C port, or you can also use the built-in USB-C cable as well. I find that the 20,000 milliamp hour size is really versatile when you want to use this with both a phone and an iPad, because typically if you buy a 10,000 milliamp hour battery, that's just not enough juice to power your iPad. So if you're using a 20,000 milliamp hour battery, that's just a great size to keep your phone topped off, also to add a little extra juice to your iPad on the go as well. Part of what I really like about this is the fact that it does have that built-in USB-C cable, so it's always ready to go for you. I have the iPhone 15 Pro, and this is a really nice size to use with it. I love that you can just plug it in with the USB-C cord, and you can just put the power bank on the back of it, and you get really fast charging speeds using the built-in cable or the USB-C port. The 1647 will charge other devices at 22.5 watts of power output, or you can charge this with up to 20 watts of input power at once. So if you have one of those bigger Anker chargers, unfortunately you're not going to be able to use the full speed of those to charge this power bank, but you are still going to get 20 watts of power into it. A couple other nice features on this: you do get a display button on the side that enables the display and allows you to see how much battery life is left on the power bank. Also, if you want to use this in low current mode, if you just press the button twice quickly, then a green arrow will light up on the screen, and that'll show you that it's in the low current mode, which is nice if you're using it with older devices that don't take up quite as much current draw as modern devices do. This will allow the battery to still work and to turn on. Otherwise, it just turns on automatically whenever you plug it into your device. Another interesting feature on this, if you press the side out, actually acts as a little kickstand, so you can use this as a great way to watch videos on your phone while topping it off with power. When I first saw it, I thought it was a little gimmicky, but once I set it up, it actually works surprisingly well. This power bank does feel a little bit on the larger size. It measures about 4.5 inches long, 2.8 inches wide, and about 1.2 inches thick. So this is going to be bigger than some of the other smaller power banks as well. But it is worth it if you want to have the extra amount of capacity to keep your phone and iPad charged at the same time. When you get the 1647 out of the box, all you get is the power bank itself. There's no charger included, and there's also no USB-C cable to charge it. You only get the built-in power cable on it. So if you want to charge it with another cable, you're going to need to provide your own. I did notice I like the length of the built-in cable whenever I'm using it with a device. It feels like an appropriate length. But if you're going to plug it into a outlet on the wall, it does start to feel a little bit short. Some people recommend you just plug it in and you set it on top of the charger. This feels a little bit unsteady to me, so I typically charge it with the USB-C port on the top instead whenever I'm using it with a wall power adapter. After testing this for a few weeks, I've really enjoyed using this when I need to keep both my phone and iPad charged, because I have a couple of the 10,000 milliamp hour batteries, and those just don't quite cut it whenever you're using them with an iPad. An experience I had using this the other day, my iPad was at about 40% battery life, and I was able to charge the iPad to 100% in just over an hour, and this battery went from 100% to about 54% of battery life on it. So this is going to do a good job at giving your phone several charges, or it's going to give your iPad just over one charge in the real world of use. I did notice this gets a little bit warm when you're using it, but it didn't feel unsafe for me to be holding. Anker is supposed to have all these different safety mechanisms that are built into their batteries as well, and they're probably one of the most trustworthy brands on the market in terms of battery performance and safety and reliability. The 1647 does come with an 18-month warranty, so Anker is going to have your back if you have any issues with the product during that time. I think the biggest con to the Anker 1647 is that it tops out at 22 watts of power out in the real world, and there's this new Anker Nano 30 watt that gives you 30 watts in and 30 watts out. So this is going to charge your phone a little bit faster while still giving you that built-in USB-C cord, and it still has the display on the front. It still has a USB-C and a USB-A port, and it does save you on size and weight. This is significantly smaller. My biggest gripe with the Nano 30 though is this is only a 10,000 milliamp hour battery. So if you want to use it with your iPad or iPad Pro, this is not going to get the job done in terms of topping it off and keeping it charged. Or if you want to use multiple devices, this is also not going to be as great of a long-term option for you. This is a lot smaller, and it is going to be a lot faster at charging your iPhone. But if they came out with something like the 1647 with the 20,000 milliamp hours, the built-in cord, and the 30 watts of power that the Nano 3 has, I think that would be a really nice step up from this battery. But in the meantime, this battery typically goes for about $30 or $35, which is a pretty good buy. when you consider just how versatile this charger is to have in your collection. One other thing to note with this battery, since it is such a high capacity power at the 20,000 milliamp hours, it's going to take a long time to charge because you only get 20 watts of power in. So this is definitely not the kind of power bank that you can quickly use and then recharge quickly and then be ready to use it again. It's going to take a while for you to recharge it, but you do have that display on the front of it to tell you just how close you are to getting a full battery again. So I recommend you buy this battery if you have a phone that you need to charge several times, or if you're using an iPad that you want to add a little bit of extra juice during the day, because the 22 watts of power is definitely very usable, but it's just not quite as fast at charging things as something like the Nano 30 is. But I still highly recommend this battery for the user who really needs more power with the convenience of the built-in USB-C cable. If you have any other questions about the 1647, leave a comment down below. I'll do my best to answer them. Like this video, subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out on any upcoming content. And if you're interested in buying the Anker 1647, I have links to buy it in the description below.